Amazon has not been doing well. Amazon Alexa is a colossal failure on pace to lose $10 billion this year. If you've seen in the news recently, guys, Amazon is going to lay off approximately 20,000 people. We're going to get into that in a little bit. But layoffs reportedly hit the Alexa team hard as the company's biggest money loser. Amazon is going to go through the biggest layoffs in the company's history right now, with a plan to eliminate some 10,000 jobs. This is going to grow to 20,000 jobs, guys. We're going to highlight that in a little bit. We're going to switch articles. But just to kind of give you a little bit of a background how the company's been performing, they are going to cut 10 to 20,000 jobs. One of the areas hit hardest is the Amazon Alexa voice assistant unit, which is apparently falling out of favor at the e-commerce giant. I used to have one of these, guys. I got rid of it maybe 5 or 6 years ago. Let us know in the comments section. They make it seem like these are around everywhere, but I don't know anybody who has one. Let us know if you have one or had one and got rid of it. It seems like it was popular in the beginning, and it's really just faded away. All right, Alexa has been around for 10 years and has been a trailblazing voice assistant that was copied quite a bit by Google and Apple. They also have kind of their versions and whatnot. Alexa never really managed to create an ongoing revenue stream, though. So Alexa doesn't really make any money. The Alexa division is part of the Worldwide Digital Group, along with Amazon Prime Video, and Business Insider says that division lost $3 billion in just the first quarter of 2022, with the vast majority of the losses blamed on Alexa. That is apparently double the losses of any other division, and the report says that the hardware team is on pace to lose $10 billion this year. It sounds like Amazon is tired of burning through all that cash, and we can see that right here, guys. Amazon reported that they were going to lay off 10,000 people. That has now grown to 20,000 people, and the list is continuing to grow. You're going to see, guys, definitely in the next coming weeks, months, a lot of these companies are going to continue to lay off. Any company that really grew during the 2020 pandemic is probably going to lay off a ton of people, okay? Amazon layoff list continues to grow as the tech giant plans to fire 20,000 people at all levels. Okay, and what we just saw before too, that Alexa, a couple other business ventures they've taken, they are not performing well. They're going to be cutting a lot of people here, guys. All right, so we have up to 20,000 employees may be let go in the near future at all levels. All employees, including those with the highest seniority, will be let go as the tech giant Amazon layoff list continues to grow. The performance of the staff will be evaluated by the firm managers. I got to be honest with you guys, I don't know if performance is going to matter in a big layoff like that. You might just be out of luck if you're in the wrong division. It appears that Amazon plans to fire 20,000 people, which, like we just said, that's almost twice as many as previously estimated. Workers from distribution centers, IT professionals, and corporate leaders will all be let go by Amazon across a number of areas. According to those with knowledge of the situation, Amazon layoffs will happen in the upcoming months. Staff at all levels are likely to be impacted because Amazon workers are ranked from level 1 to level 7. And the New York Times originally revealed that Amazon plans layoffs in mid-November, citing sources who said that as many as 10,000 workers will be let go. Again, guys, it sounds like that's going to be way higher. Right? If this keeps getting leaked, you might see 30,000, 40,000. This is hardly shocking, given that the Amazon CEO, Andy Jassy, recently acknowledged that the company is getting ready to lay off workers in a number of areas. However, he remained mum on how many workers might be affected. The New York Times was informed by a few unnamed corporate sources in November that the business intended to fire 10,000 workers. And according to another recent source, this number has now climbed, and Amazon wants to terminate employees at all levels. Nobody's safe here, guys. So keep that in mind if you're applying to Amazon. You don't want to be on that a newcomer here. Those are the people that are going to be at risk to get laid off in the near future as well. The e-commerce behemoth will lay off 6% of its corporate personnel and around 1.3% of its 1.5 million employees, including hourly and worldwide distribution center, according to the claim source. Corporate personnel has already been informed that the affected employees would get a 24-hour notice along with severance money. One individual who was apprised of the layoff news told Computer World that there is a sense of anxiety among firm employees as a result of the announcement. The layoffs are being made throughout the company. No specific division or location has been named. I think we figured out which division and locations will be affected most, guys, right? That Alexa team. But according to the information provided to us, this is due to overhiring during the epidemic, like I just noted in the beginning, and the necessity for cost cutting since the business's finances have been trending downwards. The CEO of Amazon recently stated that the layoff process would go on for a few months. Sorry about that. And that the affected employees would be informed once the business had completed its assessment. Consequently, the number of reductions may have grown as it carefully examines all the departments throughout the region to reduce costs. So again, guys, if they keep going through this progressions and going through their list and seeing who can be let go and kind of, reduce their costs, I bet you this list is going to grow from even 10 to 20 to 30,000. As leaders continue to make changes, further role reductions will occur as our yearly planning process continues into the following year. Early in 2023, those choices will be communicated to the companies and workers who will be impacted. We don't know how many more positions will be affected, although we do know that there will be cutbacks in our stores and PXTA organizations, but each leader will let their relevant teams know as soon as we know the specifics. And as has been the case this week, we'll give direct communication with those affected workers, priority over internal or external statements to the general public. So they are trying to do their best, guys. A lot of these companies way overhired during the pandemic, and I don't even know if you could call it overhiring. They needed the workers. There was demand. We are out of that situation, and they don't need as many workers. They're not demanding as much business. We're probably heading into recession. There's not as much demand in the market right now, so the layoffs are going to be pretty common in these next couple months. Although it is still anticipated that the enterprise IT expenditure would increase over the coming year, this prediction hasn't been convincing enough to relieve the worries of computer sector heavyweights, particularly those with significant consumer retail operations. Many software firms have announced layoffs in the past few months amid a period of increasing interest rates, the conflict in Ukraine, high fuel prices, supply chain problems, and a fall in sales of personal computers. And don't forget the Alexa. Even Amazon Web Services, the company's most lucrative business and cloud services division, has seen signs of slowing growth since the start of this fiscal year. AWS reported revenue growth of almost 28% year over year for the last quarter that ended in September, as opposed to 33% and 36% year over year growth for the 2 quarters prior, respectively. Amazon CEO explained the decline in growth during the company's third quarter earnings call with analysts by pointing to macroeconomic factors that were forcing customers to make short-term financial cuts. So definitely, guys, pay attention to this. Subscribe for more news on upcoming layoffs. We will keep you posted. And if you are looking for a job, we actually run a job board for remote jobs